Namaste everyone, welcome to MMK The Eagle View. Today we are going to talk about a different and a very different and offbeat topic which actually concerns all of us. So when we look at our source of information, what was our source of information? When the print media was there, it just was there when the British came in, the source of information was in a tea shop in a village. One gentleman or a lady would know how to read a newspaper, so they will open up a print newspaper, they will read all the news, and there will be listeners who will listen to that news. So that is how the news got propagated, the information got propagated to the common public. And then came the radio, where people tuned into the Akashvani and Doordarshan radio, All India radio, where they heard about various news happening across the informations pertaining to various things across the country and across the world through the radio, which was actually driven by the government. So it's a kind of a government view of looking at things. So it is not a counter view, there was no counter view for it. So it's a one-way communication, one-way information. The third phase of it, we saw the television channels, so-called quote-unquote the news channels. So this started a big time when NDTV got launched, and then multiple other channels got launched. But this has kind of become a nuisance these days, because they don't have the content to keep running the channel for 24/7, 365 days a year. So they started inventing the content and then adding masala to it. And then comes the bias, one political party against and for. So this entire mainstream media is highly divided now. There is something called the Luton's media, and the other opposite side of it. We don't get to see or hear the right information. All we get to hear is 90% noise and 10% of biased information. Now came the era of social media, where independent channels like us, people like us, started a channel, started communicating about various ideas, about current affairs, defense, let it be cooking or anything. So the print media is kind of going down. There is a good set of subscribers for the print media even today, no doubts about it. But the instant information comes from the mainstream media, and the much faster information comes from the social media. Now, as the social media, especially post-COVID era, where people were in their houses locked up for many months, so the addiction towards the social media got increased, so as the views and the number of channels. So today we have n number of information available in YouTube. Almost you can do a PhD in YouTube. You can prepare for a competitive exam like UPSC, or even a very competitive exam like CAT or any other exams which are there by purely getting the content from the. So the information flow is enormous. It is kind of unimaginable with the kind of information we get bombarded. And the last but not the least is our social media apps like Facebook or WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram, where when you wake up in the morning, you open up and then you get to see a lot of images, lot of news, either for or against the government, depending on which side you are and what groups you are in. So that is how our routine life has been set now. Now the newest dimension to this, which is as picked up in the past 2 to 3 years, is the open source intelligence, which is otherwise in abbreviated terms called OSINT. So OSINT has kind of revolutionizing very, very rapidly the way we get the information and the kind of information we get and the speed at which we get the information. So these three things combinedly is kind of shifting the focus away from the print media and even from the mainstream media, even from what we call it as a social media, because social media takes time to publish something. This is instantaneous. This comes direct from the conflict zone, be it Israel, Hamas, or be it Russia, Ukraine, or what was happening in Manipur at some point of time, what's happening inside China. We know China is a very, very firewall country. So these informations literally come live in this OSINT networks and channels. So for example, I think 3 weeks before some incidents happened, very unfortunate, we lost some life of a few of our brave soldiers. So even before the ministry or the army could communicate their names to their families, their names are already out in the open source intelligence. People actually got to know about the death of the near and dear ones through OSINT. It is that fast and that rapid and that accurate. So in this, we are this is a new thing which has come up. It is whether positive or negative, we will get to know as we grow up, in time. But definitely, lot of organizations have also started using OSINT. So we, on a business front, we as a consultant, we do a lot of work for corporate about collecting the competitor intelligence and a lot of personal stuff, which is pertaining, not personal stuff, the commercial stuff which is pertaining to the business. So here the good thing about or the advantages of OSINT is it is very cheap, and you can do it when you have a laptop and a computer and you have sources all across. You can do it easily. It is fast and it is diverse. When you hire or when you go for a mainstream media, it gives you one particular perspective. It doesn't give you a diverse perspective, whereas OSINT gives you all sort of information. It is up to us to process and find out exactly where the facts and truth lies. So OSINT by medias, there are medias who run OSINT. There are a lot of social media handles who are into OSINT, like which basically scans and finds out what is happening. So what is the source of information for this open source intelligence? So you have news article, you have government websites, you have public social media profiles where you post your photo, your family's photo, whom you are married to, who's your brothers and sister, where did you go for your holiday, and who was your friend circle, what drink you have, and what you eat and what you dress. Everything is there. It's voluntarily posted by each and every one of us. Those information can also be accessed by OSINT. So they rely on social media, they rely on open media, print media, government websites, and stuffs like RTA and so. So they have all this bundle of information pouring in, and certain people do have direct resource and at various locations where they get the news from. So today we are going to look at, there are OSINT like geospatial. Geospatial guys, they go and take the satellite imagery of a conflict zone, say for example Galwan. They monitor what China has deployed. Is it a air base? How many aircrafts are being parked there? What kind of bunkers are they building? What kind of build-up areas coming? No, this is like amazing and astonishing in today's world, where a civilian, who has a fair idea about weapons and systems of the military is exactly able to pinpoint and find out like an expert and then post it out as an open source intelligence information. So this is like a miraculous and a very fast, rapidly growing, I would say, new form of communication, a new channel of communication, out of which I want to introduce one such Indian OSINT network, which is called OSINT TV. You can see their Telegram channel there. You can see their Telegram's QR code. They have good amount of followers. If you go into their channel, where Telegram has an advantage of, you can go and see all those information which were posted even before you joined. So if you go and see the information, videos, unseen videos from China, the Chinese military exercise and drills, scanning and going through the Chinese social medias like Weibo, picking out information from there, intelligence from ground, where the disgruntled Chinese who can't post information out in open because of the draconian communist laws they have, they do provide such information to this platform. You have pictures coming in from various operations of Jammu and Kashmir, at various conflict zones, geopolitics, Indo-Canadian relation, what Justin Trudeau blabbers, every sort of information is getting posted almost on a real-time basis. Now, I was amazed to see one such photograph of the most wanted terrorist who was killed by 9 terrorists. Unfortunately, we lost 5 of our brave soldiers in that. One of the top terrorists was killed. His video footage where during his times in Kashmir when this bugger was alive, those videos were taken and were posted instantaneously by OSINT TV. So that's the level of speed and accuracy which they are working at. And if you read, they are passionate about posting such newses, but definitely not against the nation as such. So you can see all the unheard, unseen, authentic videos. That is what they have put it as their USP, unique selling proposition. Unseen, unheard and authentic news about aircraft training, about defense equipments, our adversaries like China, Pakistan, what happens inside Balochistan, the global current affairs, what is affecting India, very very unseen videos from conflict zones like Balochistan, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, deep inside China, provincials like Xinjiang province, was everything has been stonewalled. Nobody knows what happens inside. So those such videos are getting posted in this channel, and with the information whatever they have posted, with a little bit of analysis with my age and experience, what I found is they do have some ground resources in Pakistan, they do have some ground resources in Kashmir and in Pakistan occupied Kashmir, where they get all real-time videos coming in. It may be a direct source or it may be another OSINT partner with whom they would collaborate. And the good part is they also actively work for our own intelligence agencies. They collect details about a specific terrorist who is deep inside Pakistan. Those information takes a lot of time to process, to go search for it, analyze, take it out, do an image search, verify the authenticity of the image, and to process all this information, collate, analyze, and to present it in the readable format. This is a huge job per se. It's a very very huge job. So they also go and collaborate with our intelligence agencies. They do such researches and present the information, which is very much needed to for the security point of view for our own intelligence agencies. And they chose to be anonymous. I want to introduce them to you, but they always want to choose to be anonymous because of the kind of the information they share. So it's a new paradigm shift which is happening in our world currently, where we have seen the traditional media covering one photograph in the print media and then in their mainstream channels. Then we have such graphs. So you can put it in the comment how many of you are really watching the mainstream media. We are like we have 7,000 subscribers now. So how many of you do you really watch the mainstream media? Or how many of you do think that investing that a hour of time in a news or debate is it worth? Or do we really take away some information or knowledge from it? So I have my own comments, I'll endorse it. But OSINT is a new concept. It is going to play a very very active role in cyber warfare. It is going to play a very very active role in information warfare. Russia, when it was blocked by almost all the Western media and channels, they purely propagated what they had. They purely told the world how badly Ukraine was hit. Only through OSINT channels in Telegram. Telegram, it's a Russian-based one. When a country is been blocked, its access to the mainstream media is blocked. This same thing can happen to us as well. Because what we use today, YouTube, Facebook, it's all American MNCs which has worked. We don't have something on our own. We are not like Chinese where we have the replicas of this American social media apps and they replicated it to Weibo and other mediums. We don't have that. So what do we have? How do we tell the world? For example, what happened in Balakot? Our Air Force senior officials went on air and said that this is the operation we have done. We have done a surgical strike deep inside Pakistan. But Pakistan propaganda machinery was so good, we should actually congratulate them for that. Purely because of the speed and the way they propagated the false news. They went bizarre and they said India did nothing. They came and then dropped bombs on some, that we lost some few forest trees. The forest department had filed an FIR on the Indians. We have done nothing. We have shot down your MiG-29s and we have shot down 2 of your aircrafts. So all those informations were propagated so rapidly and by sheer size and volume. By the time the truth could reach, the lie always taken 2 circles around the globe. So that's the way the countries, adversaries against us are working. So this is a new field which also provides a lot of information in terms of business intelligence, commercial intelligence. So it's the new, or I would say, baby in our communication system now. We also need to have a strong OSINT platform to defend us and to also propagate our own narratives, the Indian way of looking at things, what happens here and the perspective people have on us. So this is a much needed medium. It has to be tamed. It's an animal definitely, but it has to be tamed. But we need to have our own source of it. Hope the government hears us. Promote these people who are experts in OSINT. Encourage them to have, and we need more and more channels of it. And as of now, OSINT TV is one which I personally follow them, and analyze such videos and take information from them, because we need to present it to the world. OSINT is one of my source where I take this thing from. So the link, the Telegram link is shared in the description, and those who are interested, please go and see. But do remember, there are a lot of raw footages which may not be suitable for all age and people and gender to actually see it. So please, viewers, use your discretion to watch those videos. It's not something that every video is going to be a fun. It's a very, very serious thing. The videos are raw. Not all everything, but most of these videos would be raw, and it would give you real pictures. It is not for conception of everybody, especially for those who don't want to see such bloodshed photographs and stuff. So do please, they always put a warning, user discretion. Please do read that. Don't click on anything unnecessary. And this information is basically to tell our viewers what is happening in OSINT platform. A lot of OSINT is coming up now. There are a lot of fake OSINTs also in the name of information. They pick up here and stuff and post it randomly to sensationalize things. But I don't believe in it. So again, this is one new form of information, new form of analysis apart from what we have in our existing ecosystem. Hope you like this video. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you all. Jai Hind.